Just had one of those mindsets to where like I can't be stopped. I want to prove everybody else wrong. You know, just showing people that I can actually do it instead of talking about it.
You want Philly food?
Yeah, let's do it.
So we're going to start with these options as far as trade up and trade down with the teams. Obviously, we'll start with the trade ups, right? So number 6, we've been hearing some rumbles that the Carolina Panthers want to move out of that spot. I see if quarterbacks don't fall the way that they want to, I could see them doing that, especially if the Eagles are looking for a cornerback. They obviously went cornerback first round last year, and they have a good assortment of young cornerbacks that they can work with. So I'm not sure if they, need to be at that 6th spot. I'm sure that they would love to have some more picks, maybe be able to take a chance on one of these quarterbacks later in the round. And then I have the New York Giants. I know the New York Giants probably seems like a unlikely trade partner, especially being the Philadelphia Eagles, who wants to trade with the rival, especially how we did them last year, right? But I don't think that it's out of the realm of possibilities. I think that the New York Giants, it is what it is. It's a business. So if the Giants, with their first 2 top 10 picks, I'm sure that they're going to be able to get something that they like at number 4. I believe they are at. And with that number 7 pick, I'm sure they'll be looking to try and get out of that pick. Maybe get more picks in this first round. Maybe get more picks, later in the rounds or even for future picks. I see the New York Giants as a team that understands that they're rebuilding, so that they're going to kind of be looking to try and get more depth out of this draft than just top picks. And again, the Eagles can probably slide right in there, get yourself one of the top cornerbacks, which we'll talk about players that I would trade for. And then you go to the New York Jets. I think New York Jets are a very similar situation. They understand that they're not necessarily going out there to win a chip. Again, they have 2 top 10 picks, so number 10 for them might be expendable. It's not too high of a climb for the Philadelphia Eagles if they were looking to give up the number 15th pick. Obviously, just moving up 5 spots. We've seen stuff like that happen before. It takes usually around a 3rd round pick, maybe a mid to late round pick added in as a sweetener. So I think that that's a very realistic pick, maybe the most realistic out of all of these, especially if guys start to fall. That's the whole thing, though. You have to hope that some of these cornerbacks start to fall. I get all these guys that I have on this list, 6, 7, and 10, are ahead of the Minnesota Vikings. The Minnesota Vikings are probably the most the team that I think we're going to have to jump, the most realistic team we're going to have to jump, because they are secondary, depleted as well. They need guys there. They need a young guy that can be a stalwart there. If it's we'll go over the players, but if it's a secondary player, I think that that's the team we want to jump. And it seems like the Eagles are looking at secondary, obviously bringing in a couple of different guys. I did do some honorable mentions, right? So the Commanders, again, the Commanders probably not a team that everybody's thinking would want to do a deal with us, but sitting there at number 11, I believe they are. They're looking most likely for a wide receiver, and this is a very deep wide receiver draft, so I don't think they would be against moving down, 4 or 5 spots, or what I think it's 4 spots, because I think they're at 11. I don't think they would mind moving down 4 spots and getting a 3rd, something like that, maybe a 4th round pick, depending on how that falls. The Seahawks are kind of they're up in the air. They're another team that got multiple picks in the first round, so they're a team that they're kind of a wild card there at number 8. Do they want to pick at number 8? Are they looking at a quarterback? Falcons, another team. Are they looking at a quarterback? Are they looking to stick at that spot? I believe they're at number 9, if I'm not mistaken. So these are the teams that I see us, possibly calling up on draft day or prior to, and seeing if you can't make a deal with. And these are all realistic. I think obviously the number 6, number 7 pick are going to be tough to try and get. They might cost you some extra picks, but I think it's something that the Philadelphia Eagles are willing to do, especially if it's a player that they really fall in love with. Now, I wanted to look at the flip side of this, right? The trade down options. There are some trade down options. There's some realistic trade down options. So I wanted to start with the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers early on in this offseason were a name that were linked with the Philadelphia Eagles. Obviously, we do play them this year, so maybe we don't want to help them. But they're a team that's possibly looking for a new quarterback. Maybe they have somebody in this draft that they really like. Maybe they look for a wide receiver in this draft. Again, it's only a 5-spot drop. We would go back 5 spots from the 15th, maybe the 18th. Maybe we can, swindle them into taking the 18th pick. Maybe this is we do both, right? Maybe we do both. Maybe we try to move up to number 10, and in lieu of picking at number 18, we move down to number 20 to try and recoup maybe the 4th round pick that we use to go up to number 10 or 11 or whatever it may be. So maybe we do both. These don't have to be, you know, exclusive to without each other. So again, the Steelers are a team that could possibly looking up to either move up to the number 15th or move up to the number 18th pick. I think that it's very, very possible they give us a call. The Green Bay Packers, they have 2 first-round picks. They got the 22nd and the 28th. Wouldn't mind either of them, especially if it's the 18th pick that we are trading down from. You know, you get the 22nd, 28th, you probably get a little bit more on the tail end of that trade, as in the way of maybe an extra pick. Maybe they got a young player that they're willing to give up, but who knows? So they have 2 picks. That's somebody you got to look out for. Again, another team with 2 picks is the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, the Green Bay Packers and the Kansas City Chiefs, I think they need a wide receiver. Obviously, both of them losing their number 1, losing possibly, you know, arguably you could say 2 of the top 3 wide receivers in the NFL right now. Both teams lost one of those guys. So you look at them, they have 2 first round picks. Maybe they package them. How would you feel about them saying, hey, we'll give you the 29th and the 30th, and we want to move up to number 18 so we can go get a wide receiver? That's something that the Philadelphia Eagles, I think, should definitely consider if that is a call that we get. Now, again, I wanted to do some honorable mentions. One being the Bills. Look, the Bills, I don't necessarily know what they would move up for, but I would not be surprised to see them continue the trend of going all in on this season and trying to get a player they feel will really impact this team right off the jump. Maybe they jump people for a running back and just surprise everybody just to make sure that they get their guy. Maybe not. But the Bills is a team I think we can definitely look at. The Chargers. Now, the Chargers are sitting at number 17. This is kind of maybe a off the wall one, but maybe there's a guy that they really like that they're kind of nervous the Saints want to take. So maybe they want to jump them at number 16. They call us for number 15. That's possible, right? Maybe you get more picks out of that. I don't know. That was one that I just started kind of, you know, put on the tinfoil hat and had a thought about, wanted to share it with you guys. And then the Lions. Look, the Lions have number 32. Obviously, I'm not saying they'll trade down. We can't trade down up to the number 2 spot, and obviously I didn't put them on the trade up possibilities, but we could possibly, Lions might throw us a nice, you know, a nice little package if Malik Willis is still there at number 18 and they feel like they can go ahead and get them a guy that can be their quarterback of the future. I wouldn't be surprised if the Lions called us. This isn't, like I said, it's an honorable mention, so I don't think it's the most realistic, but I wouldn't be the most surprised if even after draft day you hear the Lions did call the Eagles to try and move up to that spot if a quarterback or even a player, I think it would more likely be a quarterback that they like falls. This is, obviously these are all just assumptions. These are all just going off of, you know, news that I see, reports and rumors that you see from all these different teams. But I think that this is a real possible list. This is a very, I would not be surprised to see 1 or 2 of these trades. Like I said, the Eagles could be in the position to move up and move down. I would not be shocked at all if that happens. So you guys let me know what you're thinking in the comments. What are your thoughts about these trades? What do you think is going to actually happen? What trades would you go after? And what players would you have attached to that? But yeah, other than that, y'all know what it is, man. It's Fly Eagles Fly, and we out shit. Peace!
Everywhere. This is for
Yeah.
you.
Fly Eagles flying on the team. Touchdown, touchdown. Time to get Jalen this ring. You don't really want to start a thing. This a Bird Gang Nation, baby. It's a Philly thing. Hater, and you looking like you type trash. I'm just here calling with Philly the podcast. And we can call a man dog or watch Miles score off the handoff. Rest of the division, your man saw Jackson like Sean, hunting like Randolph. Season here, early time to do 'em in. Your boy Philly Fresco. Thanks for tuning